Hello? 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 Linz, we're here. Lindsey? Linz? Lindsey? She probably hung up because she didn't get on. I'm on. How are you guys? Thank you so much. This is awesome. We've already got 20 people joining, and she'll be here any second. I would wing it, but I don't even know what she's going to talk about. We could talk about my hair.
Okay,
I followed the Shannon Cameron schooling of hair design. Are you on, Linz?
I'm here. Sorry, I couldn't get on.
You know, it's totally my fault. I was on another Zoom and I didn't think it was crucial to get off, but it is. So we learned something really important tonight. So take it away, Lindsey Wynia. Woo!
Woohoo!
Woohoo!
All right, guys, you're getting the raw and real tonight. The raw and real, because I literally have not taken a shower. I don't have a bra on. I haven't even brushed my teeth. I have literally been getting new carpet in the top of my house all day long today. And if you know what that looks like, that means you're basically moving like my entire life upstairs. So that's how my day. How was yours? So you're just going to get it, you know, how I got it coming to you tonight. And what I wanted to share tonight is a little bit about the importance of growing your business. Growing your business. How many of you feel like you're struggling to grow your business? Go ahead, and I'm going to flip through the screens here. Give me a little like raise of a hand. Feel like you're struggling to grow your business? Raise your hand. Yeah, okay. All right, so good. I'm glad that we're talking about this then. So, you know, I think that everyone goes through phases in their business of growth or no growth or whatever that looks like to you. Clearly, most of the time, our growth is based on cycles, right? So if your cycles are going up, your growth is happening in your organization. And so what I want to share with you tonight is just about the focus of growing your organization. We all know that you have to get to executive. So if you're not yet an executive on this call, the first thing that you have to do to grow your business is get to executive. Okay? That means you have 10 consultants, 5 consultants on the left, 5 consultants on the right. And that means that you are an executive. Now, everybody on this call should know, I hope this is no surprise to anyone, but you actually have to create 20 consultants in order to stay paid as executive. Nod your head if you knew that. Like, you really cannot just get to 10 and be like, I'm good, you know. They fall off, they fall out. We know that not everybody wants to do isogenics as a business. And yes, you can get a lot of people to share with 2. Shannon says at least 20. She says go for more, and I agree. I have leaders on my team, 3 stars, who have created more than 20. Absolutely. I've created over 60, you guys. So definitely do not stop. That is the key, the very, very basic building block to our business is creating consultants. And you need to have a mind where you're creating consultants all the time. Anytime you bring someone into your organization, your mind should be to have that person share with 2 people no matter what. Everyone shares with 2 people. Now, you guys, statistically, we know that not everyone's going to share with 2 people. So, you have to be doing this so super religiously that your life depends on it, because we know that not everyone is going to continue to go forward after that. I was listening to a video the other night, and he called anyone who is manager level and below a volunteer army. Does that resonate with any of you? How many of your consultants are volunteers? They're like, okay, we'll help you out. Well, I'll bring my husband on and my adult child. Like, we're volunteers. We're helping you out, right? Are they business builders? No, and it's okay. It's okay that you have volunteers. You might even have some people on your team who get to manager, and they're still volunteers, you guys. Really, not until someone gets to director or executive are they like, I want to build this as a business. So when you're talking to people about verbiage, please make sure they know that sharing with two people is not doing Isogenics as a business. It's being kind, it's sharing with two people, it's not a big deal. But the vast majority of the people in our organization are going to be the volunteers, the people who just love you, the people who just love the product, the people who are going to share with a couple people. And that is okay. And the faster you wrap your head around the fact that most of those people are going to be the volunteers, the happier you'll be. You want to know why? Because you hang your hat on every freaking person who becomes a consultant, and you're like, by golly, this is going to be my rock star. 9 times out of 10, they're going to disappoint you. They're going to disappoint you. You're going to be pissed that they're not becoming anything more than a consultant. Is that fair? Is that fair? Is that fair to them? I just told you they're volunteers. They're just doing you a favor. They're just getting the consultant. They're just happy about the product. They're not your builders. They're not your builders. And that is okay. The first mistake that I see everyone make is getting, 10, 12, even 20 consultants and being like, boom, that's it. I'm a rock star. That's not it, guys. That's not where the game ends. That is just the beginning of building your organization. That is just the beginning. And all of those people that you just got to consultant, even if it's 20 of them, they are all the volunteers. They're just the happy product users. It is going to be a much smaller percentage to be business builder. Now, I have a firm belief that you can grow people into business builders. I really do. I believe that. I believe that you can take a volunteer and grow them into a business builder. But again, everyone is getting so hung up on their volunteers that you're forgetting about the fact that they may not be a business builder. And you're begging, you're pleading, you're working, you're spending all this time with that person who's a volunteer. And it's not going anywhere, and your business not growing, and you're like, what the crap? So tell me, someone in the chat, what should you be doing instead of worrying about your volunteers? Someone in the chat, tell me what you should be doing instead of worrying about the volunteers. Find new people. Shannon and Sybil know the answer to this question. Find new people, you guys. Find new people. It does not, you guys, I've enrolled over 350 people. How close are you to 350? You have to keep enrolling. And the very minimum that you should be enrolling is 5 people a month at the bare minimum. And honestly, if someone comes to me and they're unhappy about their business, the first thing I ask them is how many people they have enrolled. Because if you've enrolled 5 over the last 3 months, it ain't happening for you. It ain't happening for you. Sybil just said in the chat, which is a completely correct statistic, 80% of your time needs to be spent prospecting. Only 20% of the time should be spent working with your builders. That's a huge, most of you have that flip-flopped. Most of you spend the majority of your time working with your volunteers that you're hoping and praying will turn into a business builder, and they just won't. What you should be doing is bringing in your next 20 people. Amongst those 20 people, yeah, you might have a business builder in there. You might have someone who's interested in making additional income. You might have someone who is ready to take the next step. But most of you just stop with your people you've got, and you just are super content and happy. And then what happens to that contentness and happiness when they don't do anything? you get grumpy and you get demotivated and you keep asking yourself, why doesn't my team want to do anything? You know what I want to say to you? Why do you keep waiting around for people to do something? Stop waiting around for people to do something. It's okay. Let me tell you what I've done in the past 3 years. I've just kept going. If someone was back here and I gave them steps, the 1, 2, 3, the ABC steps to get to the next level, and they stayed here, I didn't stay with them. I didn't hang back here with them and go, hey, what are we doing? When are we moving forward? What are we going to do next? I went without them. I left them. There's a lot of people in my organization who were right where I left them 2 years ago. Still there. They aren't going anywhere. It's because I'm not going to build their business for them. They have to build it themselves. Yes, thank you, Shannon. Shannon just gave a good discrepancy here. She says, you didn't leave them. They chose not to come along. It's so true. But you know what, you guys? I didn't all of a sudden have tons of business builders who wanted to do something. I had to get new ones. I had to find new ones. I had to go find new people. I had to go find the next person. And you guys, there's even members of my team who have been on my team for 2 years who have never shared with 2 people, who have all of a sudden are like, you know what, I think I would like to do this as a business. I see you making great money. Show me how to do this. And of course, I'm going to work with those people. But you're exactly right. I didn't leave them. They chose to stay where they're at. And you know what, you guys? Some of you are choosing to stay where your team members are at. Some of you are choosing to stay where your team members are at. And I just want you to take an inventory for a second. Are you happy about it? If you're not happy about it, it's time to divorce your little pack of people who aren't going with you and find a new pack of people. Trust me, guys, they're not going to go anywhere. They're not going to disappear. They still love their product. They still are going to order. They're still going to enroll people every once in a while. But you, as a leader, have to go first. If you're not enrolling between 5 to 10 people a month, you're not growing your organization. And it is completely up to you. You've heard me say it from the stage. You've heard Tanya say it from the stage. If it's to be, it's up to who?
Me.
It's up to you and yourself. Quit looking around to your team and going, oh my gosh, like no one's coming with me, so I guess I better just stay here. That's not how this works, you guys. It's not how it works. You have to go ahead, move ahead, try to detect it. It's not too late. You guys, just keep going. Just keep going. They will still be there. They'll still be at 10 cycles a year from now or whatever. But you have to keep going. You have to. I feel almost exasperated even saying this, but you have to enroll no less than 5 people a month. You have to. Like, seriously, if you're looking at the past 4 months and you're like, enrolled 5 people total, that's your first problem. And we all know that having more conversations is how you enroll more people. So don't say like, I don't know how to enroll more people. Go talk to more people. Chrissy, get belly to belly. Start talking to people in person. Drive every one of those 80 people and mail them a shake. Take the conversation further. Go further. Invite people over to a one-on-one tasting if they're not coming to an open house. Ask them to go get coffee. Have a more specific relationship with them. It takes more than just a couple conversations. And if you're just messaging, it's phone calls, Chrissy. So messages are great, but it's phone calls that get enrollments. So you have to have phone calls. You have to find some way to transition from messages to phone calls. Okay. You're welcome. So you guys, from there, let's say you got your 20 consultants, okay? You're kicking butt and you have your 20 consultants. The next step is manager. Manager for all those people. That's still a volunteer army. Manager is still volunteer. And manager will keep your business center really, 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 really solid. It'll keep it very, very solid so you're not riding the wave. If all of those, or at least half of those 20, are managers, you're going to have a very solid 1-star business, maybe even a very solid 2-star business. Does that make sense? That's like statistically what it is. You have 10 managers on your team, you're gonna have a super solid 1 to 2-star business. How's that sound, everyone? Would you guys like that? 10 managers. How many managers do you have on your team? Go figure it out. If the number is 1, it's not enough. If the number is 2, it's not enough. If the number is 3, it's not enough. 10 managers. People aren't going to quit ordering if they're getting their products free every single month, and manager is where that's at. Manager is where that's at. They will keep ordering because they're getting their products for free. They're making $200 to $500 a month in residual income. They're going to place their order, and they're going to try to keep their consultants. Okay? Manager. Manager factory. There's a reason why we say manager, manager factory. Get your people to manager. So if you're good, if you created your 20 consultants, you're like, yeah, I'm crushing this thing, but you're still not seeing the base, manager is next. Last year at Celebration, Susan Sly gave a statistic, and I was going to give you a graphic, but guess what? I was literally doing laundry all the way up to this call, so you don't get a dang graphic, all right? Get over it. Write it down. Are you ready? 5 enrollments a month. Someone type this in the chat. 5 enrollments a month. 6 to 7. 6 to 7 managers. Oh, sorry. I'm sorry. I skipped 12 consultants a year. 12 consultants, 12 new consultants a year. I think that number's a little low, to be honest. I think you can do closer to 20 consultants in a year if you're really enrolling 5 people a month religiously. But Susan Sly said 12 consultants a year. I say more. Because remember, consultant is not a big deal. Consultant is volunteers. Consultant is people who are not doing the business. Consultant is not a big deal. Consultant is just get people there. So I think you can do more than 12. Out of that, you should have 6 to 7 managers. This is personally enrolled. This is not team-wide. Some of you look at your teams and you're like, oh, we popped 3 managers. Yay. No. You have got to pop 6 to 7 managers. You. This is you. Your business, your responsibility. You pop 6 to 7 managers. Out of that, you know what? I think it's 7 to 8 managers. Sorry, guys. 7 to 8 managers. Out of that, you need to have 6 to 7 directors. No, maybe not. 3 to 4 directors. Never mind, keep it. 3 to 4 directors, 1 to 2 executives. 3 to 4 directors, 1 to 2 executives. So, one more time. 12 consultants, 6 to 7 managers, 3 to 4 directors, 1 to 2 executives. You personally, you, not your team. I figured it out one day, you guys. I figured out I had 30 active directors and executives on my team. There's more, but 30 who were like on the calls and showing up and doing all that stuff. 30. And I figured out the number of managers that we should have rank advance every single month was 17. 17. And over the past couple of months, we had like 3. Manager is where your team is breaking down. Manager is where it's not happening for you. You've got to be a manager factory and make sure you're transitioning people to manager. Let me tell you what happens after a manager. They either stay right there in their volunteer army, they stay right there as a manager, and they get paid. I have someone who became a manager 2 years ago, and she still makes $200 every month, you guys. After a manager, they do one of two things. They either stay right where they are, or they decide they're going to go for it. But not if you don't get them to manager. There's a big defining line there between manager and director. So you personally need to be creating 6 to 7 managers a year out of your 12 to, let's say, 18 consultants, okay? This is the makings of a very, very solid business. And if your problem or question right now is, but I'm not getting the enrollments, it's because you're not having enough conversations. And when I say conversations, I don't mean that you private message someone on Facebook. You guys should know by now, that's not a super effective conversation. It's just not. It'll get you so far, but after that, you really have to start having the actual conversations with people. Okay? Does that make sense, you guys? Who would love to just have a solid 20 cycles a week? Solid 20 cycles a week. That's how you got to get it done, you guys. You have to get the enrollments, 5 a month. And you know what? The only person who's going to hold you accountable to that is you. The only person that's going to say, hey, did you get your 5 enrollments? It's you. No one is going to chase your butt about your 5 enrollments every month. You have to personally be responsible for your 5 enrollments every single month. And do the action steps that it takes every single month. Have the conversations that it takes every single month. One of the things I've been letting my team know about succeeding in this way is being more concerned about how many people you're putting into the funnel than how many people are dropping out of the funnel. We all get so hyper-focused on how many people are coming out of the funnel that we forget to put people in. Put as many people in that funnel as humanly possible. Conversation. Stop focusing on who's coming out of the funnel. Because if you are just ripping up conversations every day, having new conversations, following up, talking to new people, making new connections, talking to a new person, guess what's going to happen to your funnel? People will start popping out all the time. If you're ripping up the conversations, if you're talking to new people, if you're meeting new people, having new connections, people will automatically come out of the funnel. But you have to be putting them in. What happens to the majority of you is you put 10 people in the funnel and then you just go like this. I know someone's going to pop out eventually. I'm sure any day someone's going to pop out. And they will eventually pop out. But in the meantime, you could have put 50 more people in the funnel and one would have dropped out right after the first one. We all know that the very beginning of your business is when all the excitement's happening, right? People are like, what are you doing? What are you doing? You look so great. What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? And it's what happens after that where the rubber hits the road. You have to continue to work your business. Once those initial conversations go dry, it's up to you to have more conversations, to meet more people, to have more conversations with. You are the generator of this action. You have to be the one meeting new people. What does that mean? That means next time you go to the gym, talk to a friend. Next time you go to the store, see if you can connect someone. I don't care if it doesn't turn into an enrollment, and I don't care if it doesn't turn into a new Facebook friend. Challenge yourself every time you walk out the door to make a new friend. If you can connect with them on Facebook, awesome. If you don't, I don't care. It's the practice of making new friends and being a professional friend maker where you're just getting tons of people into your funnel. They know who you are. They don't necessarily have to know what you do up front. I'm going to tell you this right now. I don't tell every single person that I talk to that I am a network marketer and that I work for Isogenics. I just talk to them like they're my friend. I just meet them. I met someone at Home Goods the other day. She was tall. She was like 6 foot tall like me. We were talking about where to buy pants. And she was new in town. And I said, oh my gosh, like, do you have any friends? I said, I'd love to connect with you on Facebook because I'm happy to go to lunch with you or something. And, you know, till you start to meet new people. She was like, great. We're Facebook friends. You guys, we're going to go to lunch. Don't make it so hyper complicated. Just make new friends with people. Just be a people person. Get out of your house. Challenge yourself to go talk to new people every single day. There are so many people out there, you guys. So many people. Trust me, there's plenty of people who have never heard of Isogenics. I swear to you. And there are a lot of people, you guys, who are still looking for the solution. You might feel like it's a little dry right now because of like keto or whatever, but for every single person who's doing keto right now, there's someone who is sick and tired of it. And who's like, I can't do this anymore. I gotta find something else. I promise you, for every single person that's doing some other crazy diet in a week or two, they're gonna be looking for something else. All right, you guys, that's my message for you tonight. Does anyone have any questions? That's 30 minutes of just grit. You've just got to do it. That's right. Sybil says they will need pizza. You guys, I saw someone the other day post. They're like, I've been doing keto for 4 weeks and I lost 3.4 pounds. I was like, you're kidding. That is not a weight loss program, you guys. Come on. It's not. Am I posting Isogenics on my wall, on my personal wall? Sometimes I do. Not very often. I wouldn't do it very often. You want to do attraction marketing. You know, talk about your cleanse day. Talk about your convenient shake, but not every day. You guys know the 10-4-1 rule? Come on. This is not, you guys know that rule. You know how to do this. If you're going to say it once out of every 10 times. Okay? This is how you build it, you guys. Don't get sidetracked. And don't sit back there with all the other people who are happy where they are. You realize, right, that some people are just happy where they are. They're not going to do anymore. It's okay to just leave them there. All right, slut players. Have a great night. I may or may not take a shower tonight. We'll find out.
Thanks, Lindsay. That was good stuff.
Thanks, Lindsay. That was awesome.
Thanks, Lance.
Thank you, Lindsay.
Thanks, Linz. Awesome. Needed to hear it.
Thank you, Lindsay. I really needed to hear this tonight. Thank you.
You bet, you guys.
Thank you so much, Lindsay.